shove over, you dozy cow.
In a bid to close the gap on the Pacific-class Arga, James had become Captain Road Rage.
Get in the left-hand lane. I'm trying to beat the train, you imbecile.
By this stage, Captain OCD had finally joined the race.
Correct use of the horn there to warn of your presence going past.
Captain OCD was making storming progress.
14th Street. This is good.
Of course, the McLaren does have a lot of driver aids, but Captain's sense of direction had more important things on his mind.
What's this one? I can't remember. No, this is the bit where I don't have to brake. See if I can remember this bit.
At the Middlesbrough Institute of Modern Art, Captain's sense of direction had decided to make an audio guide that would steer visitors around the exhibits.
If you turn through almost 180 degrees to your left, or even to your right, in fact, because it, of course, makes no difference whatsoever.
Sadly, though, we put Captain Geordie in charge of our outfits.
Meanwhile, very far behind, Captain's sense of direction had finally found a way out of Lucca.
Bursting out into the sunlight. Now.
East. Yeah, it's no good.
When Captain Backache caught up,
Whoa!
we still hadn't found a river flowing in the right direction. You may have noticed we're waffling a bit, and that's because we're waiting for Captain's sense of direction, who we assumed had got lost.
I think, do you know, actually, technically you're right about that. The only...
Backing from Captain Maths.
No, but the only slight drawback is on full-size cars you would need extremely large magnets.
Yes, get extremely large.
No, listen,
What?
you haven't thought this through, because at some point there'll be, look, here's a car parked at the traffic lights waiting, and you'll come up behind to the other end of his magnet.
Yeah, brake.
And, well, that's his north pole. You're going to have a crash, because whether you brake or not...
Oh,
you'll
the
be,
south... No,
you'll
that's
be
the south
pulled in
pole.
south to north, bang, you're going to have a crash, it'll all be good.
So, Captain Cautious, what are you going to do now?
You're starting now to look like you're in trouble.
You are.
There's plenty more stuff coming through.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now coming up to the last lot. The very last lot.
Sadly, at this point, my dog impersonation was interrupted by the arrival of Captain Interesting.
It's the most boring-looking car. What is it? I'm nodding off.
Good news!
What?
It's a Dacia Sandero.
Despite the roughness, Captain Cockshaw was supremely confident in his engineering and eager to get going. Hammond and I, however, weren't.
Meanwhile, back with Captain Pugwash.
Sod it. Right, now, sail.
Absolutely staggering.
Captain Traction would have enjoyed this view very much. However...
Captain Workmanship.
There's a radiator hose.
It's not a bit I've touched.
Oh, we have a tradition.
Oh no! How am I going to do it without them?
And to make matters worse, Captain Terrified of Height didn't really have the car for the job.
James,
Yes.
I don't know about the rear suspension design on a Suzuki.
The shock absorber is traditionally attached at both ends. That's not absorbing shocks,
Look,
which means
that is
it's bouncing around on the spring.
59.
What do we call him? What's his nickname?
Captain Quick. Captain Quick! No.
That isn't that.
Amazingly, though, when Captain Cheerful eventually arrived, the groom was more bothered about my trousers.
What are you wearing? I'm fine. There's a duck here. There's nothing to see here.
Ooh, look at Captain Cheerful over there.
Meanwhile, Hammond was heading for the next subway train with the help of Captain Compassionate.
Come on, come on, come on! Come on! Come on!
That's gone then, yeah.
But what happened there is basically we missed a train because you don't know to slow down when it says finish across the road.
That'll be a miss. That, Captain May,
Was a miss!
meanwhile, back in the land of Captain Cryptic.
Do you know, I'm so relaxed about this, I think in a short while I might stop for a pleasant coffee and a read of the newspaper.
Right, here he comes now. Captain Slow is his name, or the Italians call him Mr. Slowly.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that's not a racing car, it's merely a vehicle providing Top Gear viewers with hilarious Captain Slow cock-ups. But no, I might actually be okay at this. And because I am the one who goes by the name of Captain Buzz Slow, NASA have said I can drive it.
Getting up to about 350. Captain Slow is doing 360 kilometres for 370.
All you have to do is humour me a bit. And remember that I'm Captain Slow, or Mr. Slowly, as the Italians call me.
It's a drag race between me and Captain Slow. Come on, Magnum!
Oh, God! Plainly, in the heat of battle, James and Jeremy had completely forgotten about their delicate cargoes.
Captain Clumsy had severed my airlines and all the brakes were jammed on.
I absolutely hope James May wakes up in the morning and 10,000 insects are in his underpants.
Anyway, big, fast, Shelby American car thingy, your gauntlet has now been picked up by the one they call Der Langsamer, the slow one. Captain Slow to you.
Change down 3 times. Godspeed, Captain Slow!
And that today, there's a seat going spare. I, Captain Slow, will be here with my bum on the best seat in the theatre of petrol. Man's useless, he can't drive in a straight line.
Captain Slow, rather missing the point there. Anyway...
So you see, the scene was set, OK? It would be Captain Slow and his Hammond hand luggage in a private plane.
Captain Slow is up there in his washing machine. I will not be beaten by a washing machine.
You're thinking, there goes Captain Slow, and I expect he'll do a really good job of turning it into a limousine because, let's face it, he's a bit boring. You cannot even begin to comprehend the bounds of my forthcoming genius.
Oh no!
Oh, Captain Slow, you're going to need to do better than that, my friend.
Now, obviously, with a pedigree like that, it's quite valuable, around £14 million. So when we asked the insurers if this would be OK, they said yes, but not the accident-prone little midget. It must be Captain Slowly.